Hey, what's going on, everyone? Appreciate y'all coming here and checking out this Diablo 4 video. In this one, I'm going to be compiling 20 crucial tips I wish I knew sooner than later. These are some useful tips all compiled into one video. I gotta say, this did take a while to put all of this together. Hope you all do find this enjoyable, and if you do, consider taking a little bit of your time and leaving a like on it. The support is greatly appreciated. As always, that's totally up to you. Just leave a reminder here in the beginning. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into all of these. Enjoy. Alright, so this first tip is over how to get a horse. At the beginning of Act 4, after completing a Master's Touch main quest, you'll unlock a side quest called Donan's Favor. During this quest, you'll have to go to the stable master in the main town here and speak with them. And once you do, you'll actually get to pick out a horse for free to start riding. So yeah, you get the mount at the beginning of Act 4, so don't waste your time trying to get it in the beginning like I did. Just play through the story until you complete a Master's Touch main quest, and then automatically Donan's Favor side quest will trigger. Alright, so this next tip is over how to turn in your Murmuring Obols. This is something really beneficial to do in the game because you have a potential chance of getting many legendaries this way. You can turn your Obols to Lisveth the Purveyor at Gallowvine, the main town. This is where she's located at over here. So yeah, be sure to be turning in your Obols. As you can see here, you can get legendaries just by turning them in. They are extremely valuable. Which brings me to my next tip, and that is over how to get Murmuring Obols. One way that you can get them really easily is just by simply completing public events around in the game. At the end of the public events, you'll get these radiant chests that you can open up, and within these, there will be Murmuring Obols. Keep in mind, the higher world tier you're playing on, the more Obols you're going to get. And don't skip them. Actually, take the time to do them because they are really beneficial with experience, loot, and gold. Like I just mentioned, it is how you get Murmuring Obols, and they'll help you get some good gear. So yeah, which leads me to my next tip, and that is just simply be sure to be doing public events. In case you don't know what they are the orange circles that'll pop up when you get near. They'll appear on your mini-map and on your regular map when you're near them. Keep in mind, you can't see these if you are not nearby the public events. As you can see, here's what they'll look like. And yeah, there will be different challenges you have to take on within these events, and you'll get plenty of experience because there will be plenty of enemies and elites that will spawn, and once you complete it, you'll get a radiant chest which contains even more goodies. Like some of the stuff you can find are gold, jewels, legendaries, and once again, Murmuring Obols. So yeah, try not to pass up public events. They're definitely worth it to do. Anyways, carrying on, this next tip will also involve Lisveth the Purveyor that we could turn in our Obols to at Gallowvine. We can also purchase Whispering Keys from her too, for 20 Obols. And these Whispering Keys will unlock silent chests that you can find around in the game. Here's one location where I found a silent chest at on the map. And yeah, you can get some valuable loot out of these chests. I unfortunately didn't get any with this silent chest that I opened up, but keep that in mind. You do have a potential chance of getting some good loot. Alright, so these next few tips will be over upgrading your potions. This is crucial to know because, the better your potions, the easier things will be. You'll be able to heal faster without having to worry about dying as much. So yeah, in case you don't know, you are able to upgrade your potions over at an alchemist. You can find one right here at Gallowvine. When you speak to her, as you can see, one of the first potions you can upgrade is a tiny healing potion. And this is going to require Gallowvine to make. Keep in mind, once you do upgrade the potions, they'll stay at that level. But yeah, this first upgrade here is pretty simple to do because Gallowvine is like the most common ingredient that you'll find. You can find a bunch just right outside of Gallowvine, as you can see here with this footage. This is what it'll look like, and yeah, you'll find a few each time you go and pick these herbs. And be sure to be looking on the outskirts of the walkable areas, such as like near the trees and bushes and whatnot. That's where these are located at. They're typically not located in the middle of the path that you can traverse through. They're on the outskirts of it. But anyways, carrying on, this next tip is over where to get Biteberry. This is another common ingredient that you can find. You can find plenty of these, once again, right outside of Gallowvine. Actually, you can find Gallowvine and Biteberry in a lot of other areas too, but they are conveniently located also right outside of Gallowvine, so you might as well use that to your advantage and just go looking for Biteberries too right outside of town. And once you got enough, you'll be able to upgrade to a minor healing potion, which is going to require level 20 to use. So yeah, that's how you get those ingredients. Anyways, this next tip is over how to get crushed beast bones, which you're going to require these in order to upgrade to a light healing potion, which you're going to have to be level 30 to use this one. One way you can get crushed beast bones will be located over here on the map, right next to the Whispering Pines dungeon. There will be a mini boss that you could take on here, and once you do defeat him, he'll drop crushed beast bones. And you are able to continue to farm this mini boss. You can just simply wait until he just spawns back into your server. It'll take a little bit, or you can just back out of the server and rejoin into a new server, and he should be spawned right back for you to get even more crushed beast bones. So yeah, that's how you get that ingredient to upgrade. Anyways, let's keep this moving though. This next tip will be over how to get Howler moss. This is going to be a required ingredient to upgrade to a moderate healing potion, which is going to require level 45. And you can find Howler moss right over here around in this northern part of the map. You can find an abundance of it all around in this vicinity. So yeah, be on the lookout for it over here. So yeah, that's how you get that. Anyways, the other ingredient that you're going to need to know how to get in order to upgrade the potion even more are demon hearts, which one way you can get demon hearts will be from this mini boss that you can farm over here. It'll be located pretty far out here, but yeah, over here you'll find a mini boss that you could take on and it will drop demon hearts. And yeah, you can farm this one just like how you could farm the one for crushed beast bones. You just have to back out of the server and then rejoin into the server and it'll spawn in again, or you can just simply wait for it to spawn in again too. Alright, so this next tip will be over the importance of salvaging the gear that you get to the blacksmith. As you can see here, in case you don't know, you can salvage all of the gear that you get, and by salvaging it, you'll get materials that can be used to upgrade your equipment, such as, for a few examples, raw hide, superior leather, veiled crystals, which by the way you can only get these from salvaging rare gear. And anyways, you can also of course get iron chunks for salvaging and silver ore. And salvaging legendaries, you get more rare materials that are needed to upgrade your gear even higher, such as you can get baleful fragments from salvaging legendaries, as you can see here, and this is how you improve your legendary gear. So yeah, definitely be sure to be salvaging equipment that you get. It's for sure worth it. The more you upgrade specific equipment, the stronger your character is going to be, because that specific equipment is going to be stronger, which you're able to upgrade your gear at the blacksmith as well. It's just in a different tab. When you go to the blacksmith, you just got to go over to it. As you can see, when you're over here in the upgrade tab and you selected the specific equipment you're trying to upgrade, at the bottom here are required, and the gold price too. This is definitely recommended, especially for Endgame. It's going to help you get that boost you need to take out enemies easier. But yeah, anyways, this next tip that I'm going to be getting into is how to get Forgotten Souls. This is a material that's required when you start getting to a higher upgrade level. This is a really rare material to get your hands on because you can only get it in the Helltides events. Within this event, you can get it randomly from bosses or dismantling ore that you may see around in the Helltide area. And also, most importantly, you can get these from opening up chests. The best chest to open to get the most amount of Forgotten Souls is the mystery chest, and that's going to cost a whopping 175 Aberrant Cinders, which is what you gather in the Helltides events to open up these special chests that are around in these events. The mystery chest is the most expensive special chest that you can open up. And also, in order to even be able to do Helltide events, you're going to have to be in Nightmare mode. Which brings me to my next tip, and that is to be sure after you have finished the story to go do the Cathedral of Light eventually. As you can see, it's located in Gallowvine, because once you do beat the Cathedral of Light dungeon, you'll be able to go to the statue at Gallowvine and play on Nightmare mode, which is World Tier 3. I will mention though, the Cathedral of Light isn't a walk in the park. Definitely be prepared when you go in here. There's also going to be a pretty tough boss fight too that you're going to have to go up against. But yeah, it's definitely worth it to get through this, because this is how you get to a higher world tier. You'll be able to officially do in-game content such as Helltide events, and you'll also be able to take on world boss events that'll sometimes spawn in, and the Legion events that'll sometimes spawn in. So yeah, definitely be sure to get to Nightmare mode. Alright, so these next few tips will be over how to make your gear stronger by switching up the effects that they have on them. These tips are really important to know because they're going to be helping make your character overall become stronger. You're going to be able to make your gear better. But yeah, how you do this is by going over to the Occultist, which is located right here in Gallowvine. And over here with this guy, there's a few things that you can do. You could add a Codex of Power to the gear piece that you select, and yeah, this will give the effect that's on the Codex to your selected gear piece, which can be handy depending on what kind of Codex of Power you have. However, also you're able to remove effects from legendaries that you got and use them on another item that you use. How you do this is by going over to Extract Aspect, which by the way, when you choose to extract Aspect, this will get rid of the legendary, but keep the effect. And you're able to put this effect on another item that you select. So how cool is that? You're able to like transfer your legendary effect from like a low level legendary or something and put it on a higher level gear piece that you've gotten further in the story. So you're able to like keep your legendary in a sense. It's freaking awesome. Or you could just put it on something else that you want to have it on. Either way, this is a really cool feature in the game. And keep in mind, it is going to cost you materials as well as gold to do this. The materials it's going to require are veiled crystals as well as coiling wards, which you know how to get the veiled crystals. You just simply salvage rare gear. I'll be showing you further in this video on how to get the coiling wards. They're an important rare material to get your hands on. You're going to be using them quite a bit with the Occultist. But also there's something else really neat that you can do with the Occultist, and that is change the affixes on the gear piece. This is my next tip I wanted to show y'all. Yeah, if you head over to the enchant item tab here, you're able to change up, as you can see, the affixes on the gear. I'm gonna go ahead and change up the pyromancy skill damage. I just have to go down to enchants, and as you can see, I now have different random choices I can choose from. Keep in mind, this is a completely randomized thing. You could get something completely different than what I got. But I'm just gonna go ahead and use the 3.6% damage reduction now. So yeah, it's now changed up from pyromancy skill damage to now more damage reduction. Pretty cool. I will say, in case you haven't noticed, it will cost you quite a bit of gold and it will cost you quite a bit of materials too. Like for example here, to be able to enchant, it's going to cost me Forgotten Souls, which you know how to get those. Fiend Roses, which I'm going to be showing y'all how to get those here in a little bit in this video. And lastly, Veiled Crystals, which you know how to get those. You can just salvage gear to get these. Alright, so next I'm going to be showing y'all how to get Fiend Roses. This is an important rare material that you'll be using quite a bit when upgrading your gear with the Occultist. And yeah, how you get this is the same way you get Forgotten Souls. You can get plenty of these from Helltide events. You can get them from taking out elite enemies, aka mini bosses, around in the events, or another way that you can get them is by opening up these special chests that are around in the events, the ones that require the cinders to open them, which you get the cinders by just taking out enemies within the Helltide event. It's pretty straightforward. Anyways, next quick tip is over how to get coiling wards, which these are used to upgrade your gear. You get these by salvaging legendary armor pieces with at least 400 plus item power at the Blacksmith, as you can see. But anyways, this next tip is over how to get the Abstruse sigil, which this is required in order to fully upgrade your jewelry. Which, in case you don't know, you upgrade your jewelry over at the jeweler, which one of them is located right here at Gallowvine. Yeah, this rare material is required, as you can see. And how you get this is by salvaging legendary jewelry at the Blacksmith. Keep in mind, you may not always get these either every time. So yeah. Anyways, last tip here that I wanted to show y'all is how to get scattered prisms. These are required to add sockets to your gear at the jeweler. But yeah, in order to get the scattered prisms, you do have a chance of getting these from salvaging legendary gear, but it's not guaranteed. You can also get these from treasure goblins, and what a lot of people are doing to farm these is by taking on the world bosses that come around in the server, which you can only fight these in nightmare mode. But yeah, there you guys have it, everyone. A compilation of some good tips to know sooner than later. Hope we all found this enjoyable and it was able to help you out in some kind of way. I'm out of here though. As always, thanks for taking the time watching and listening. Until next time, peace.